And we're off. This is Two WIT.
You're going to have to do it again.
This is Two WIT, a podcast for women in tech doing life.
Yes.
I found my blue light glasses, so I can have glasses on just like you.
Same. Because everything's too much.
Hi.
Too much lighting. Hi. 2 long weeks away from us.
Last time, which is also maybe in the past from whenever this gets released. So
Previously
on the previous episode, we talked about the last 5 years of our life. And then we had some break time because I went to Australia. I know, right? So it was really fun to surprise my friend Steven, who you maybe have heard of. He's like Salesforce famous, I think. He used to be. Maybe I'm just old. Stephen Herod.
Well, to our demographic, our group.
Yeah, he's 50, so now I'm just shouting that out to everybody. And we coordinated with his wife to go surprise him, so it worked, and it was great. And I don't know what time it is in my brain because I have only been back for a few days, but
yeah, that's a huge swing. It's
a lot of flying. But it was really great. It was a good variety of like city touristy part, and then I went to Kangaroo Island, which once I learned that it existed, how could I not go to Kangaroo Island? But
of course.
It was like more remote. I had to drive a car on the left side of the road onto a ferry. So that was fun.
Oh, you drove?
I did. I rented a car basically just to drive from the airport to the island and then to be able to drive around on the island. This is a really interesting question. I think there's different kinds of travelers. No, I mean, I know there is, obviously, right? So I don't know if it's a me thing or an ADD thing or what, but like, first of all, it's far enough that you wouldn't want to just go for the day, especially because you have to coordinate the ferry, so you could only stay so late. Yeah. Second of all, there is a 2-day tour I could have done where you go in a coach and then they pick you up on an island coach and like they coordinate it all, but they stop places I didn't care to stop and not for as long as I wanted to. So I was debating, and I'm really happy I ended up driving. I may not have chosen to have a Kia Carnival, which is basically an SUV-ish minivan.
An SUV Kia.
Mainly from a size perspective, because it was just me. But that kind of plays into one thing I was going to bring up about the ADD tax. Have we talked about this?
Yes.
Yeah,
I pay it often.
Did I, so me talking about this trip, I think would stress certain people out, right? Like, I literally booked the Kangaroo Island. I had a flight to Kangaroo Island, or to Adelaide, which then I drove to Kangaroo Island. But 2 nights before, I tried to use this tablet that Brad has that he lent to me, and it was too slow, and I literally got bored trying to figure stuff out, and it was too slow, so I stopped doing it. So the night before, I booked the hotel and the ferry, and, then when I was there booking the things to leave there, I didn't do that till the night before either. So I'm sure that I paid more than I could have for certain things.
Maybe.
But maybe not. Maybe I got
the last tour of the island.
What's that?
I mean, it's an island tour and a ferry. I can't imagine they cost much more day of.
Oh, more just the flights and like the hotel, just just to so I did an Avis mystery car is how I ended up with the Carnival, because I was like, I don't care, give me whatever you want. So
I like how they make it sound exciting.
Right?
We don't know what
surprise.
Who knows what we're gonna have?
Right? Yeah. Really, it's just like we'll give you whatever we have. But so win-win for everyone, I guess. So yeah, I got some good. Like, the island was pretty quiet, remote, right? There's no standing in lines really, but there was people there. And then I finished in Melbourne, which is like city with artsy, foodie, downtowny area. So, yeah, good variety of solo time versus friend time.
And it was
Good
summer.
food. And it was summer, so I got a sunburn on the first day, because of course I did. Because, spoiler alert, when you're on the double-decker bus and you're on the top, the sun can find you.
Oh, was it covered?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Out of the top deck.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't want it to be. But also, I almost got hit in the face with a tree, which is fun. So, yeah, I got sunburned. So I was, like, already peeling while I was still there. Great. And then I got, like, the bathing suit burn, which is different. And then I got a different shirt. So there was, like, this little sliver right here that I didn't get. So it's fine. What else? Oh, I went up in Steven's tiny plane, which I was not going to do. And then I was like, you know what? YOLO. Like, I need to do this while I'm here. So,
And he flew it, right?
yes, he has his pilot's license. So, yeah, he flew the tiny plane.
I've been in the tiny plane.
Yeah.
It's weird. I held on to the bottom of my seat, like that would help somehow. It's like
I held on to the thing up here. Well, because you're not supposed to touch certain things, right? So I was just trying to be tiny, and I'm not tiny. So I was trying to not do anything. So
did he let you fly at all?
No.
I tried to move the window. I made it huge.
No, I was like, I know in my head there's a 0% chance that this door is going to fall off, but I am still worried about it, right? Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, to be fair, the door's not really keeping you in the plane. It's the harness that's keeping you in the plane. So it'd just get really windy if the door fell off. I was like, thanks.
I mean, facts are facts in the plane.
You're not wrong. It's a clear door, so it's really, so yeah.
It's a different feeling in a small plane to just leave the ground.
I'm sorry?
It's a different feeling in a small plane to just leave the ground. It feels so much different.
I didn't really love the turns toward my direction. Other than that, I was okay with it, right? Yeah, I was like, but yeah, I got to see like a waterfall. It's fun to be like, remember we just drove past that thing? There it is. So
was he crazy surprised?
Yeah. So it's funny. Our one friend Stephanie had a trip planned to Australia before COVID that she had to cancel. So he thought she might, maybe, and so he was like checking read receipts in our like group chat. But Brad sent me a picture from Charlotte of it snowing after work. So I popped that into the group chat like I was at home. And so the timing was right. Because I had to keep thinking, like, what time is it at home? Which I figured out how to put widgets on the home screen of my phone. And so one of them is a time zone one. So you can show like regular time and then a little baby other time. The other one is the alarm, which is like my new favorite thing, by the way.
The widget for it?
Huh?
The widget for it?
There's a widget for it, so I'm on the video, but no one else will know. There's a little circle right here that shows me the alarm is off, and I can go click that to open it, or then I just know it's on. Because otherwise you have to like swipe down to see the little thing in the top right, and it's annoying.
Okay, I don't use that, but I would use it.
Okay,
if I
speaking
use my
of
phone
which,
for alarm.
I have a theory, so let's see if you prove my theory. Okay, so on your phone, if you go to the clock app and you go to the alarms page, my question is how many alarms / pages of alarms do you have?
I don't use my phone for alarms.
Oh. Dang
I
it.
have a hatch.
A hatch.
Does like a sunrise, slowly wakes you up, and then I'll have like birds.
But that's like for waking up alarm. You don't set alarms for anything?
I mean, yeah, if I need to, like if I take a nap or if I'm traveling, so sure. But I like to tie them up, so I only have like 5 there.
Okay, so my theory was the ADD people, so you've ruined it, but it's fine.
How about this? I would
I
have a lot.
literally have, I mean, a good 8 scrolls worth of pages, like flings, because
Do you just create a new one every time or reuse?
so a lot of the times I talk to it and it creates a new one. So that's, I think, how it started.
Oh.
But now I've also had the problem where I accidentally did AM versus PM. So this helps me realize if I'm at the top of the swipes, then I'm in AM. But I brought that up to somebody because I had set an alarm that said, like, go meet Phil. And so sometimes that's the one that I use. And I'm like, oh, I think about you randomly when I need to set a 37-minute alarm. And he's like, what are you talking about? So now he thinks I'm a serial killer, crazy person. But
I like it. I would probably use more. I used to have a lot more in there when I used it for getting up. There would be like different ones for different days because you can't get up on Mondays.
You try and get up. By the way, to anyone, whoever's listening this far, right? This is going to be a very random episode, I think. We're just going to go for it with various things. Yes. I realize I don't actually think I explained what an ADD tax is.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I play it in food a lot.
Yes, in food. So with food is a great example where it's like, yes, it costs more to buy the chopped up onions and peppers combo, but then you're more likely to actually use it. So it actually is less food waste. So therefore, you're paying the ADD tax up front. So you're like buying convenience, but really it's just because you've met yourself. So it's valid to do because it's better.
Because if not, you get all the stuff when you think you're going to do all the things, and then all of the salad ingredients go to waste because I don't want to chop cucumber and celery. And
yes.
Blah, blah, blah.
So then there's people who were like, oh, you could do meal prep on Sundays. I could do a lot of things. You're right. But I also could.
And it's a lot.
Buy cut up things. So that's a good example. It's so funny, too, once you realize some of these things, right? Like, especially if I put the salad stuff in the drawer, it like ceases to exist. And then it goes extra bad. And then I have to deal with gross drawer.
Yes.
Which then I avoid. So then it's just compounds. So that's...
I saw an ADD fridge that they put all of the fruits and vegetables in the door and condiments and shit in the drawer because you'll go and find a mayonnaise if you need.
That's why we have a beer drawer.
I was like, that is so brilliant.
Yeah.
Speaking of appliances, I had to get a new dishwasher.
Ooh. Did you get one? Oh, did you? Well, okay. Not fun.
Yeah. No. But so I had to get a new washer and dryer recently because it seems like everything in this house went kaput at once.
Sure.
And then we had to get a new dishwasher. So I was like, well, maybe I'll look at refrigerators too. And there's some cool refrigerators out there.
Ooh, what kind of
cool
features?
Things and like the big side by side, and then one that has the filtered water, but also a pitcher in it. So if you need to take it out and then serve. So I got a little excited about refrigerators. Then I was shopping for dishwashers. Those are so fucking boring.
The technology has not evolved?
It's boring. The coolest thing is a third tray or more spray. Oh my God.
More spray. We already have time delay. What more do you want?
Boring.
Dude, I would watch a video of the inside of a dishwasher.
Yeah. I'm just spending $700
some of the
on a dishwasher just because I was like,
Some of the fridges you can connect and see the inside of your fridge.
I was so excited, and then of course the fridge I want is like $2,000, and we don't need a fridge, so I'm like, I'm not gonna. I just got a boring dishwasher. So the guy installed it yesterday. I was like, hey, I made a pot of coffee. Do you want some? No, I just had 7-Eleven coffee, and I was like, I won't take that as an insult. He said something. I said, like, thank you for installing. He's like, yeah, no problem. New dishwasher. That should be fun. And I was like, so boring. He was like, oh. I was like, literally the most boring thing. Next to picking out lighting. No. Hold on. Is it lighting I hate? Bathroom lighting. Yeah. Epically boring.
And
bathroom lighting.
You don't care, but you do. It's like the weirdest, like I almost don't care. But that's like saying, like, I don't care where we go, and then you pick somewhere. I'm like, not there, right?
Yeah,
like
I can tell you what I don't like. Lamps chandeliers or stuff for dining, all fun. Bathroom lighting is so boring. So that's what's in the same vein. My mom said the same thing. She sent me a text yesterday. Um, how's your new dishwasher? And I said, fucking boring. So fucking boring.
But like,
But the dishes are clean.
Do you remember? Did you ever watch Home Improvement?
Uh,
The Tim Allen show, the one where he soups up the dishwasher and it blows the plate through the counter.
I don't remember
That's
that
like the main one I remember because she was like, "Wash the dish before you put it in there." He's like, "That's stupid. Let's make the dishwasher more better."
It's a whole thing now. Apparently, if you do it too much, I even have it in my history, it like messes up the sensor of what it can do. So it's like it doesn't sense to get the foods.
Wait, so you're saying don't wash things before you put them in the dishwasher?
Yeah, because the technology now is that then it senses it doesn't have to clean as much or something because then there's nothing to grab on. Okay, that's what I thought when I heard that. But then I asked my friend ChatGPT, and it said leave light residue, avoid excessive grease in the filter. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's definitely
dishwashers,
some kind of filter I'm supposed to be
they
changing.
rely on food particles to help activate the detergent properly and for sensors to adjust the wash cycle.
That's okay, fine. So scrub off like baked on things, but
Yeah,
not.
but yeah, I guess.
I don't know. Who knows?
Anyways, that was my
Dishes is a
exciting
whole
news
different
about
mystery.
the dishwasher.
Wow, such adulting.
The new washer and dryer is fun. The dryer is just a dryer, but the washer has like a see-through top so I can see it doing things. I don't know why that's fun, but it's fun.
Does it sing to you when it's done?
No, I wonder if the dishwasher does.
Mine has
our
a
old one
song,
used to be
mine
like,
has a little
"Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo."
jingle that's like twice as long as it needs to be.
I
Like,
have all the
I sing it
noises
to
turned
myself
off.
now, and then it's like, oh, verse number 2.
That's what I named this episode. Second verse, sing this first.
We are about to shop for a new microwave.
That might be fun.
Probably not.
No.
I mean, it's kind of cool. Like, do you have a popcorn button? Do you? Hypothetically,
turn
what,
the
your
noise off on
reheat
that.
sensors are better or something? I don't know. When we moved in, A, the handle's half broken, like it's not attached on the top side. B, the plate that's in there is not the right plate, so it doesn't really spin. And C, it looks like they put metal in it at some point, and so there's this black, like burnt, but like non-small, like a yogurt container size, like a Greek yogurt container of black weirdness at the top. So it's probably fine. It's not carcinogenic or anything. I'm sure it's really healthy for me, but
I try not to think about it, but they gross me out.
I will share the fun fact that we were standing in the kitchen talking about the microwave, and Brad looks at me and says, "This is going to sound dumb." I was like, "This is my favorite kind of comment." And he said, "I just realized that all the appliances in here match. They're all stainless steel."
How long have you been there?
Over a year.
Perfect. I love it.
But also, like,
realize.
I mean, I don't know that he's bought an appliance since, to be fair, he bought a washer and dryer, but it was when he worked at Best Buy and he got, like, the employee discount.
Yeah.
And I've met him, so I'm sure he bought the cheapest ones possible. So it's probably about it. So
I like parts of adulting and not. I love our little home. I don't know if you guys probably can't even hear this. We have a boiler as a heater. Okay. So pipes all over the house. They're almost like baseboard heaters, like in old school apartments, because it's steam heat. Mm-hmm. They're terrible because you can't put stuff against the wall. You can ram into it. They're just a terrible design. But the basement was freezing, so we split the boiler so I could have heat down here. Well, we learned later that the boiler's not big enough for that. So now we tried to adjust because it'd be warm down here and just freezing cold upstairs, and we adjusted it, and for whatever reason now, it sounds like I live in a fish tank. Whenever the heater comes on, it's just click, 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 click. Josh says it sounds like a plunger. But literally, the entire house was like... I was like, oh, the heater's on.
Right? Maybe you are.
And for someone that turns off the noise on the dryer, the microwave, notifications on my phone, no noises.
Oh,
it is
really?
so hard to sleep at night. I wear earplugs because Josh knows, but like when he's not home, I was not wearing them, and it's noisy.
Huh? Of all the
What?
things.
It sounds like I'm swimming. It's like I'm swimming and doing a show.
Speaking of which, I went to the aquarium in Melbourne and I
Ooh.
did a behind the scenes tour about jellyfish.
Ooh, did you get to
It
touch
was so
one?
much
Is that
fun.
dumb?
Huh?
Did you get to touch one, or is that a dumb question?
I did not get to touch one. I got to feed some.
But do
I
they?
don't think you would want to touch them,
Well, I mean, I don't want to
but
be like
it's
stung. Like
just
someone
so
got pee on
soothing
me.
to watch them. No, peeing is wrong.
I,
Or
I,
it only applies to like one kind, to not all kinds.
oh, wait, peeing is not the thing you're supposed to do?
I'm pretty sure that it's
Oh,
one of
see,
those.
now it's too many episodes. I think Baywatch and Friends.
Yeah. I mean, Baywatch said so, so.
Obviously.
Yeah, no, but they like breed them and such, and so they just have these, just swirling. You have to put a little bit of, they have specially designed tanks for it, because they need to have a little bit of current, because otherwise,
Oh,
if it's
cool.
stagnant water, they fall down and die.
Huh.
Yeah,
Fascinating.
it's just lots of fun jellyfish facts. So I find them very soothing,
Yeah.
and
A picture.
so I
of
got
one.
there and it was like, they're trying to advertise all the things. It's like Jelly Lab. And I was like, yes, please. I would like to probably take this tour that's for children, except it's not, because you can't be too young, because they don't
I
want
love a
kids to
good
stick their
aquarium
fingers in them.
so much. The one here is not good. It has a tiger at it.
Aquarium?
At the aquarium. Yeah.
This is gonna sound super stupid. Hi,
It's me in front of jellyfish.
I
It
love moon
must be-
jellies.
It must be California.
This
no,
is gonna sound stupid, but I underestimated the amount of children that would be there.
Oh, yeah. Gaggles of children are just awful.
Yeah,
I
was
mean,
a
one's
lot,
really
but it
kind
was
of bad,
fine. Except
honestly.
I feel like you end up kind of following the same family.
Well,
because
they
you're
have
going at
no
the same.
SA. They have no situational awareness. So if you find one that actually moves, it's fine. Because if you try and get around, one does this like drunken walk and like is in your way. And you want to try and get around, but you can't make too much of an annoyance about it, because then a mom or a teacher's going to be like, don't be a jerk. It's a little kid.
Right. Oh no, it was weird because I said something and she was like, "Oh no, it's not going to get you." And she's like, "She's in a really literal phase right now." I was like, "Shit." But then I was like it felt like I was like following this family, because we're just walking at the same pace to stop and look at stuff. So I had to just like sit
That's
down
fine.
somewhere for a little while.
Hopefully you got some orange slices or
No.
Capri Sun out of it.
No snacks.
Just
Just
do it.
Just a hand pie.
I think I volunteered to take Olive in her class to. Crap, I don't even remember where it is on Monday. Some field trip.
Mm.
And I said I would, and now I don't want to, which is good, because I realized the teacher never followed up and said, cool. So now that makes me feel like, did they not want me to?
Or did they just not tell you they wanted you to, and you actually have to go?
I mean,
Ooh,
yeah, that is
that's
a
a toughie.
possibility. Where is it? I
Okay.
don't wanna.
I think I'm speaking of not saying I do things and not wanting to do them. I've been calling that like trudging recently. Like when I just don't want to do the thing and I need to, especially even stuff I want to do. It's so crazy that my brain is like, no, fuck that. But like, no, these are things I want to do.
Yeah.
But then if I can just be like, fine, I'm going to go make the chili I said I was going to make, that I want to make.
It's so hard.
And I actually defrosted the meat correctly. And like, I have all the things and the pot is clean. Like, this is the best time. Why don't I want to do it? But I did.
It's effort.
And it's funny because that specifically feels so hard. But really, once you get all the stuff in there, you just have to stir it every 15 minutes. It's not like active.
Oh, that's true. Just throw it all in the pot and be done with it. I made a bolognese last night.
Ooh. I'll look out for my sauce coming in the mail.
I'm distracted by this. Like, do I have to do this thing? I just thought, Gal's
I
7th
love
grade trip. Oh, it's the Oh, I like the museum. Oh, Denver Art Museum. Oh, I like that.
Okay. Oh, now we're in.
And it's only half day.
Well,
Well, and now that she's older, I don't mind. But I know the first time I volunteered for a grade school one, And I was assigned 3 children. One was mine. I feel like I've talked about this before on the podcast. But I only kept an eye on the 2 because I couldn't afford to lose somebody else's kid. I figured I'd find mine eventually. There's cameras, someone would turn up with her. But I could only if I couldn't keep them together and they all went in different directions, I could only follow like 2 of them. So I was like, I'm never doing this again. That was stressful. But now that she's older, like, they don't need me. I just need to make sure they don't run off. So it's a whole new, well, actually, it's the same problem. Huh.
So
I don't think she'll run
sneak
off.
off and
They're 12. They don't care.
try to make out. I don't know. What do you do?
I don't know. So they're not the same. She's not trying to get out of the house or it's just a different generation.
Oh yeah, you were much more escapey at this age than she is.
I think so. I wanted to do more things and be out of the house more. She's more like a little introverted, little hermit. Likes to be in homebody.
Do you have any burning topics in your heart that you would like to discuss?
My little consultant independence stuff is going well. I think I have 7 clients now.
Ooh.
Probably 1 too many, to be honest. But yeah, it's going well. I like it in the sense that I get to do what I want and I like work. And if I don't like something, I don't have to do it. I mean, kind of. Right. I had a little stress this week, so I was feeling behind on a couple things. But I still like it. I have the ability to just say, I don't want to do this if I don't want. The money thing's weird. And since it's only been a few months, because it's not coming at the same time. Usually you bill at the end of the month and you give them a month. So like getting this like cushion has been hard. And there's only been a couple pay periods. Yeah, sure. So it's March, so it's still owed some for January and some for February. So that part's a little odd as far as like I have on auto debit type thing. Oh, so now I had to like switch up some things. So the money thing's a little weird. And of course I think I have more than I do. And I was like, yeah, which I do not because they have no taxes taken out of them. So I have to remember that no, you have 30% less than that or whatever. But it's going well. I like it still. I felt stressed on one of the days this week and then was like, I just need a regular job. I don't have to manage things. Like, I haven't had multiple clients in 2+ years since I left Arcus.
In the what years?
I guess 2 plus
2.
3.
Your timing?
3?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So it's a whole different, like, I have to do multiple things today. Multiple notebooks is one ADHD does.
Yeah, new notebook.
New spiral notebook. That'll change me.
Yeah.
Save me from everything.
I remember one of my first admin jobs, and my boss was like, should I be concerned that our admin has a spiral notebook and pen? And I was like, I don't think so. That's how I process things. So it's not like I really necessarily ever go back and read through them usually, but I have.
I don't know.
Actually started it when I was a support rep, which is my first job using Salesforce. And I actually had a different pen color for every day so that I could go back because, of course, I procrastinated on actually like adding case records when it was not fun or, so I'd have to go back. And so that helped figure out which day what I was talking about.
I think that's smart.
So,
TDX just happened. Neither of us were there.
Neurotic or smart?
No,
yeah,
smart.
TDX did happen. We were not there.
Mm-mm.
So I don't know that we have many exciting things.
All I heard was it was just a bunch of Agent Force, which, of course.
And now you can be legendary. There's like new status levels and new certifications. And
I gotta look at it. Someone asked me, I think it came up twice. So someone from the Denver user group was like, hey, remember you said that you'd be interested in joining like a study group for Agent Force cert. Are you still up for it? And I was like, no. I have too much to do, and it does not matter to my life right now. So, and then someone else was like, I got a couple certs over the last couple of weeks. I was like, doesn't even cross my mind anymore. Like, for
No?
why?
Is
Yeah, for
that's
what?
not like a differentiator that
Mm.
people are, I don't
It's
know.
the people's just me. I get no points for it in the partner community. I mean, maybe. I don't give a shit. It's just me, though. I guess if I wanted to, I don't know.
You can get, I think you do get more. Who knows?
I don't know. Well, I
As
mean, I
soon
can
as you
get
know, they'll
free
change it.
service for being a partner, but like, I don't know. I maybe if I took it, it's been so long. Maybe if I took one, I'd be like, oh my God, I still love that. That feels
Mm.
so good to get one. I did have a moment. I was creating a trail mix for a client today. And I'm like, oh man, I haven't really hung out on trailhead in a long time. Maybe I should go learn some things. The problem is, unless it's hands on, I skim and then just
Mm.
hit the multiple choice. So I'm not learning.
You're just getting the points for what you
Yeah.
already know. Interesting.
Yeah. So,
I only do that when I need to like get a badge and you have to earn a badge. I look for
yeah.
like easy ones and
I'm not
oh,
a great learner
feelings. You're not a great learner. Interesting.
sometimes. Yeah. Well, unless it's a topic that I was like, I'm going to do a deep dive for no good reason.
Right, exactly. Yeah, unless it's a hyper focus moment, and
Yeah.
then we'll find everything
But with
else.
Salesforce at this point, I want to most of the time figure it out on my own. Like I went through this whole rigmarole like a month ago. I swear someone said you can get Agent Force in a sandbox to play around with it. So I'm like reaching out to product people. It was for a client and I couldn't get a hold of it. And they basically came back saying, no, that's not true. And I
But it
said,
is
well, I
now with
don't,
TDX. They
yes. And I
announced it.
said, well, I don't want to propose this to my client if I don't know what it could do. So we went back and forth a little on the use case and they didn't help me. But is it Jared from 10K ended up helping me because I just
Hmm.
asked the question and it turned out to not be a good use case because I needed to push information, not share and learn. But I want to play with stuff. I want to touch it and
Yeah.
see. That's just the better way to learn. But now that it's out there, maybe. I mean, it's just they just should call it Agent Force now instead of Salesforce. They're just real hot on that. I know they get hot on stuff and they do this, but they seem extra hot on this right now.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, double and down. It's the future.
It's the future.
But then, yeah, it's a weird, I think we're going to get into a weird world of like SKUs, right? And like, this is included with that, but not with this. But then you get this when you buy that, but then it doesn't include the blah, 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 blah. But I mean, it's a business that they're running. So,
It is.
they're
It's
trying to,
keeping me in
they're trying to
afloat.
make profit too. So, um, one thing that came up for me recently, actually from a Salesforce friend, like not even mine, that I am trying to adopt, thus I shall share with you, is the concept of a minimum lovable product instead of minimum viable product.
I
So,
like the wording better.
Rebecca Lammers apparently found out about this at a conference at some point. There's another word too that I didn't store. But the idea, right, like it's not just the MVP of does it work, right? Like I want you to also like it, right? I want it to be, that's how I internalize it anyway, right? So what are the requirements for like for you to love it, not just tolerate it. Um, I think it's a
Yeah.
really good
Like
like
yes, it can just work, but also like work and you're happy.
yeah, and like is there some can I put it in this button over here and that's what makes you happy, right? Like, thinking about do you love it, right? What would you change? And then is that in scope, blah, blah, blah. You get into all those kinds of conversations, but um, like what's actually hard about it today that you don't like? Well, it's blah, blah, blah. So um, I continually get reminded that people don't necessarily do things the way I think they're going to do them.
Yeah.
So, for example, I have something right now. I built a screen flow, which was a whole ball of wax I can vent about. But um, he's like, well, if you put the link there, then I think we'd be good. And I was like, oh, I assumed that you'd do all the things, then come and use the screen flow and create a record. And the link's already over here. But if you start, sure, if you want to start the
All
process and then have the
right.
name, like I already have it, I can put it there too. But it was just interesting. Like it didn't occur to me to think about it that way. So I think it's good to. Can you hear the fire alarm?
I can.
Yeah, Brad sets it off with his vape.
Uh,
So
we
now
should
I'm the
definitely
boy
not
who cried
unplug it.
wolf, and if there actually is a fire upstairs, we're just gonna burn our house down, I guess. Knock on
Just
wood.
unplug it. Well, I
Um,
mean, I guess. I have all of ours are off now because they're all in such weird, wonky spots that it goes off all the time. So we have carbon monoxide monitors, which is helpful, but the house is small enough. If there's a fire, I'm going to know fairly quickly, I would think.
yeah, I think the one by his office maybe will take out
It
because
was
that's really.
also minimum marketable product.
Ooh, okay, interesting.
No, that's from Lammers.
Oh no, sure.
You sent it to me.
Yes. Oh,
You said there was another one.
yes, I did. Which I guess would be above lovable, right? Like
Yeah,
you're thinking not just about you loving it, but other people loving it.
I like these terms.
Yeah. It's even though I don't have a DevOps life cycle, right? I'm just me.
Just me, just
Maybe
as many
sometimes
listening.
changing stuff in production, doing the best I can. And so I don't write user stories. I try to actually have Asana tasks to track and document things, but
I'm
yeah.
currently writing a bunch for just myself, which I don't want to do, but it's a finicky, bigger client, and we need to make sure we have sign off, CYA, but it does feel redundant to write user stories for myself. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
As a me, I need a
As myself,
built
I need
so that
to
it can
do what
continue
I said I was going to do.
Yeah. So I can deliver
And
you your damn minimum lovable product
that's right. And I need to love it at a minimum.
at a bare minimum. Beep, beep.
Well, apparently I need to go soon because I don't know what's happening that
Could
he's
be a fire.
smoking that
I
much.
have a hair appointment anyways, and I feel boring today. I feel like I was not contributing to
But we did it. The
the
goal was to
happiness
do
and the
it.
life cycle. This is true. It was.
Okay, so before we leave, we can attempt one consistent thing. Do you have a super fave?
No.
Nope.
Just don't. I tried to think of one and I would just be pulling out my ass. So
Mine is the Kangaroo Island Wildlife Sanctuary.
shout out.
I'm assuming that they like take donations and stuff. I don't know. But it's just lovely. I got a behind the scenes tour. So I got to hear like just they're like orphan animals from bushfires and just different, I don't know. And it was just so interesting to see like they had like a disco ball in the monkey room, like how they like alternate how they feed them, right? So like they're still kind of like you can give your dog treats in a box and like they have to dig them out and stuff like
Oh yeah.
it to engage, right? And yeah, it was just really interesting and they're great. And that's probably not a useful referral for anybody.
We can put it in the show notes, and
But you can go look at cute little animals. And let me tell you, koala are the softest.
Softer than a chinchilla.
I've never pet a chinchilla, but
They're
I
so
want
soft,
to.
it almost feels like you're not touching it.
Do you want to know why I know what a chinchilla is? Is because in school as a kid, they had the letter thing on the wall in class with like an example animal of each letter. And I didn't know I'm like, what is a chinchilla? How can I use this as a definition for the letter C if I don't even know what it is?
It is a weird one to choose for C.
I was a weird child too, probably.
I want to pet a koala.
In certain ways. Oh man. So you actually can't hold them in certain areas. It's becoming like not a thing. And of course you should not approach wild ones. Like don't mess with them. I'm not saying to do that. But yeah, it was really interesting just talking about like, oh, for example, they had dingoes. And I was like, how often do people ask you about dingoes eating babies? And she was like 100% of the time.
Always.
But like the dingoes that are attacking people are actually like dingo dog hybrids. And so like how it's just so interesting, like how technically, like, kangaroos are a pest on Kangaroo Island. Even though
The animals and bugs there are just a world different
oh
than
yeah, I
anywhere
did not
else.
see any huntsmen. And if anyone tries to tell you about drop bears, just ignore them. It's an Australian conspiracy. Don't give in.
Is that the one where it's like the canopy of spiders?
No, it's they try and tell you that they're carnivorous koalas
Oh,
that will fall out of trees and eat you.
it's insane.
But literally at this party, meeting new people. Oh, you're the Americans, right? Even though Simon's
Yeah,
from
I'm
the
sorry.
UK, but sure. And they're like, "Oh, watch out for the drop bears," and I'm like, "Thanks."
I would 100% believe so many things about bugs,
Oh yeah.
but a
To be
drop
fair,
bear,
I was very nervous.
absolutely not.
There was lots of bugs and lots of birds. I'm sorry, I did not see a lot of bugs, which is good because I do not need to see giant spiders ever in my life. Even now, I'm going to be thinking about them, and I don't love that. But instead, let's think about fuzzy
Yeah,
koalas
fuzzy.
that I got to hold, and I got to feed little baby kangaroos, and they have some of the orphan ones that are small. They have people who have to go check the roadkill kangaroos in the pouches to see if there's little baby kangaroos in there. And they basically have like a purse that's a fabric purse that's a pouch. So they have employees
Smart.
like take them home. So they have like a
Just wear it.
purse kangaroo. So she went into the office and like peeked, and he just like peeked his little head out and then was like,
Oh my
"Okay, I'm
God.
ready to go back to bed now."
So there are so many that it's like hitting a deer.
Yes.
Just hit a kangaroo.
Yes. And it's weird.
Bonkers.
But it's weird to me. Like, but deer would be weird to them, like, so yeah, on certain parts of the island. And they're out more frequently from dusk to dawn, which was not when I was driving for the most part. So I did not have any near experiences on the road.
I
which
think
was
it would be
good.
frightening enough, let alone at night.
What's that?
It'd be scary enough to hit one, but at night would be even more
Well,
frightening.
especially because I was talking to the hotel. Funny enough, I went all the way to Australia, checked into my hotel. The front desk guy is from Texas, about an hour from my parents' house. And he was
You're like, I
talking
get
about
no culture here.
so right. So they like jump. I think there's a way to like anticipate how they're gonna jump. Maybe like I don't think they necessarily jump away from you. They don't freeze, but they might come like toward you. So
Huh.
I feel like he was like it was a narrow thing. I almost hit one, but I also drive like 30. Beep, beep, beep. Although everyone there
I'm
talks
impressed that you drove. I
kilometers
don't know if I would take it on.
and Celsius. Okay, so 2 things. Number 1, it's most of the time you're following people, right? So there's other cars. So it's kind of like do what the other monkeys do,
Yeah.
It is weird that turning right is your unprotected turn and turning
Yeah.
left is easy. But also car technology is better. So I had like lane assist and yeah, I only messed up one time and it didn't really even count. It was like in a parking lot. So
That doesn't count.
yeah, it was
Before we sign off, do you feel like if we are going to show video, should be the people that are on couches or something? Are we not comfy enough like all the other
Oh, do I need to
podcasters?
design an artisanal corner?
Yeah, like
to have
me
be
on
my
the
platform?
couch, the big mic coming around.
I didn't even turn on my neon light that I got
I
up
didn't even
here.
put like my headphones on,
I
my
didn't even
blue
put any makeup
snowball.
on. Like before we get the couch, I feel like we have other ways we could step this up if we really wanted to.
I have a chair in mind.
In the
I s-
meantime, stay witty.
Don't do drugs. No, do drugs. Don't do drugs. I don't know. It depends on the drug. Stay ready. Shit.